Alright, we're going to continue. Now, for time's sake, I'm going to use this V tool quite extensively, but before I do that, I'm going to teach you how to do it with your knife. Am I in frame? Am I in frame?
Yes.
Why'd you say no then? Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to run a stop cut just straight up and down at the bottom of the ball. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut back to that on both sides of this hat. Alright. And you'll have to redo your stop cut as you go down in depth. But for right now, I'm sorry, my dog just got fed breakfast and I just got home from work. Alright. But I wanted to finish this up for you guys, so anybody that's waiting on this tutorial to finish up can use it as a carve along. Work that back. In essence, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to take this from a flat plane like this, and we're wanting to give it some depth and dimension. Now, one thing else I need to note before we get too far is you have to identify your high spots in your carving in order for it to work. There goes the cat. So the two high spots in this carving, well, actually you have three, but only two of them really matter at this point, is the fur on the hat and the fur on the ball. I say the fur because they'll be painted white. They're not actually going to be furry. So, and then right around the nose, right here. But just this surrounding portion right in through here will be a high spot, because from here we'll taper down to the bottom of the chin, and from here we'll taper back into the forehead. But I'll show you that as we go along. I'm going to try to speed things along a little bit here because I'm pretty tired. And I got to go car shopping today for my wife this evening, so I have to get some rest. Alright, so if you see how I did that, you understand how to use a knife. Stop, cut, and then you just push into it. Now, let me show you the beauties of investing in a couple of V tools and some gouges. Yeah, I'm gonna take that took me all that time to do that, and I'm gonna come in here with this big old 5/8 V tool from Flex Cut, and I'm gonna make one cut, and it's pretty well. I mean, it's on its way. See, and the good thing about this is you can pick your knife back up to feather this back down. To feather this back down under here, because you want this to be proud of this material. Or this big wide V tool like so, we just lay the V back into the cut we made, and we use the side as a knife. We just use the design that it's given us, and we just start relieving everything back down in here like so. And it's not wanting to cut well that way. There we go. Wood always is going to cut one direction a little bit easier and smoother than it will another. Alright, now I am going to pick up the knife because I'm getting kind of close to where I want to be. I want to run a real clean stop cut all the way around this dude like so. And then I'm just going to pull it back like this. At the same time, I'm rounding it. Yeah, this way. I'm rounding it back down this way at the same time that I'm relieving it up top. See? And that's pretty much the key for this whole carving guys, it's really almost that easy with this little ornament. That's why I wanted to start with this one. I hope some of you guys are gonna, and gals are gonna follow along. That would be sexist of me to assume that there's no women interested in this, because we have plenty of them at the wood carving club. And you just want to continue and rolling this fabric on this hat back, and we got it about like I like it. But that V tool just speeds things up a lot. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remember that this is one of my high spots that I want to keep right here with this ball, but I don't want it flat and square. So I'm gonna take the tip of my knife, take the very tip of my knife, and I'm gonna start working that ball down like so. And I'm gonna round it back, and then tuck it back underneath that fabric on that hat. Just keep rounding it. I promise you, it'll go. You'll start cutting on this thing, you'll be like, that is not gonna go. I promise you it will. And then you just, as you go, you want to redefine your junction points and put little small stop cuts in, because you don't want to get to paint and everything be the same. There not be a break in it, and the paint just runs everywhere and makes a mess, you know. Now you can see that this is prouder than this. So in essence, we've done our job with that. It has a high spot, and it's showing depth. Now I like to come back here and just kind of do like so. I have my little timekeeper sitting over here on the table with me. She's out for summer, and she was up. I said, hey, how about run timer for me? Because YouTube only let me upload maximum of 15 minutes a piece until, I don't know. I see some people put up videos that are like crazy long. I don't know how they're getting that done. I don't know if they're YouTube partners or what have you. But we're going to stick 15-minute rule. That gives you enough time to watch a segment and move on. Now, we're going to take this same V tool, and we're going to go underneath the brim of the hat, right at the base of the forehead. See how easy that makes that? And you start establishing your lines and carving like almost immediately. See? Like so. And it already starts tucking your forehead back and rolling your hat brim over. Then we're going to come in with it just gives you your proper angles. It can be done with a knife. I've done these 100% with a knife. That's not the issue. The issue is I'm trying to use every tool I have to fit this into 2 more segments. And we're getting very, very close to being finished. This is a very quick project. It almost takes just as much time to rough this little guy out as it does to simply carve it. But that's all part of it. You're gonna have to cut it out with something. And if you don't like the method that I displayed, by all means, if you have a bandsaw or a jigsaw even, and a way of clamping that down, feel free to go right on ahead. You do whatever works best for you. I just wanted to show a method that was inexpensive, just in case on the outside that you didn't have anything. Okay, let's get back to talking about the carving. What we're doing is we're starting to establish that forehead plane back up underneath the hat, and in the same time I'm working around the outside of the face here to start rounding it. And we want it to go way on back, right? See how we're taking it all the way back. And take your time. This isn't This is not a hobby for people that just want to go fast. If you're thinking that, wow, I'm going to get really good at this and I'm going to make some money, you're going to be sadly mistaken at the success of wood carvers that don't work in the furniture industry. Okay, I do this because I love it. I'm just passionate about it, and I want to teach as many people as I can. And there's very good wood carving teachers on here. And I'm not necessarily a teacher. Now, I want to clarify this real quick. I do not feel certified to be a teacher. I just like showing people, and normally people like looking and watching what I'm doing because, to somebody that's never seen this before, it's a little bit mesmerizing. I mean, we all got hooked into this video some way, somehow. So mine was my pawpaw. I was 11 years old. Man put a pocket knife in my hand and a block of wood and said, let's see what you can do. So that's where I got hooked. I got bit by the bug at 11 years old. Yeah. And now I never did stay true to it as a young child. I mean, I was in baseball and all those other normal things. But all right, so we got him going. I think it's going to take one more segment because I think time's almost up for this segment, and we're going to finish him up on the next one. Okay? All right. We'll see you in part 3.